Hi, I'm Dr. Francis, a world-renowned wildlife nutritionist. You may not have heard of me, but your Aldabra tortoise sure has. So let's talk about how to select the right food for your pet today. That is the mating call of a tortoise. There are so many brands of food out there on the market. Whether you're feeding a dry kibble diet, canned food, commercial raw, commercial fresh, frozen, freeze-dried, whatever. There's so much choice. I'm not going to talk about the different types of food, but more how to select the right brand, the right one for you. Because you're not only buying a product and nutrition and nutrients, you're really buying trust, right? You want a nutrition pet food partner to help you and your vet on your pet's health journey. They can say whatever they want on the packaging and the labeling, but if you feel in your gut that this food, there's something wrong, there's something off about it, you don't trust them, you're not gonna feed that food. It's as simple as that. So I'm gonna give you a checklist of 5 questions that you can ask any pet food manufacturer. Again, whether you're feeding kibble, canned food, fresh, whatever, and even if you're feeding from a giant conglomerate that sells in every country in the world, or something that's smaller and local, this checklist will work for any company at all. You can email them these questions. You can either find them on WhatsApp, you can find them on texting, on their website, however you communicate with them. And if they don't give you 5 yeses, consider whether you really trust them and whether you should be looking for something else, another alternative that will give you those 5 yeses to this checklist. Now, this isn't a checklist that I created myself. This is a checklist that was created by Wasaba. This is the World Small Animal Veterinary Association. They are the mothership of all veterinary associations. They create these guidelines, these suggestions, these recommendations, and they pass it down through every country's other veterinary associations. So what they say holds a lot of weight and a lot of water. So that's why we want to make sure that these checklists are being honored and you're using them to make sure that you trust the food you're feeding your pet. The first thing to ask them, is there a PhD animal nutritionist or a board-certified veterinary nutritionist on staff? And by this, I mean, are they currently paying and employing someone in their office that you can go and talk to or that they can go and talk to in their company? This doesn't mean that they have someone on retainer across the world, and yeah, they can help us sometimes. No. Is this nutritionist, whether it's a vet nutritionist or PhD nutritionist, are they on staff? Yes or no? The answer needs to be yes. The second question on the checklist, are they the ones formulating the diets? You want to make sure that whatever you're feeding your pet has been formulated by someone who is qualified. That is number 2. If the answer is no, then you ask them, then who is formulating it? Because if it's not a PhD nutritionist, or if it's not a board-certified veterinary nutritionist, then you may consider going elsewhere. Third question to ask, does this food follow any food standard accreditations like AAFCO or FEDIAF? It's really important that you know that there's at least a minimum standard for the nutrients that are being put into this diet and fed to your pet. Again, they need to say yes. If they tell you, no, it's made by Mother Nature, or no, it's just the way that nature intended it, or any answer that is not a strict yes, AFCO or FIDIAF, again, consider looking elsewhere because these foods may not be complete and balanced for your pet. Fourth question on the checklist. Is there a quality control program for the ingredients and the end product? Again, the answer needs to be yes. Now, this is actually required by law in certain countries, but more countries actually don't have a regulation on this, or they don't specify how this operating procedure needs to be put together. So if a company says no, or if they say yes, but they don't want to send you their operating procedures, again, question, is this very trustworthy? You need to make sure that whatever you're feeding your pet is safe. And the 5th question on this checklist, do you conduct nutrition research, either on your ingredients, on your end products, or just on nutritional science overall? This, again, needs to be a yes. Now, it doesn't mean that they need to have some published papers in some fancy, high-ranking scientific journals, but as long as they're doing some research and they have some data that they can show you about how efficient their food is, then that's great. But if, again, it's just a straight no, you want to be thinking about a company that probably puts a bit more effort into the research and development of their products. So that is the checklist made by Wasaba for you to ask whatever brand you're currently feeding your pet. Make sure it's 5 yeses. If you don't get 5 yeses, try and find them somewhere else using another brand. And again, if they don't even engage with you or they don't even reply to you, that's an answer itself. And just go back to your gut feeling. Do you trust them or not? If it's a no, look elsewhere. Well, I'm very happy to say that PetCubes is 5 yeses. And you don't need to take my word for it. Feel free to email us. Feel free to ask us these questions. And you know what? You may get an email from me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this helped you find the perfect food for your pet. Subscribe, like this video, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook and TikTok. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.